Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Wright and I'm so excited to be learning with you today. Today while we're together, we're going to need a couple of things, so I want you to make sure you have them in your learning space. You're going to need a writing utensil and a journal or paper. Just something you can quickly write down your thinking on. While you grab your items, I'll go and get mine. I'm back with my paper and my writing utensil. I grabbed a marker, but a pen, a pencil, or a crayon, they work fine too. Today we're going to continue to explore the beautiful world of poetry together. Do you remember about the poem we read in our last session? If so, whisper it to me. That's right, it's all about dreaming and the power of dreaming. If you didn't listen to the last poem, that's okay. We're going to read it again together today. So don't forget, poems are organized by lines and stanzas. A group of lines in a poem is called a stanza. Just like a novel has sentences that form paragraphs, poems have lines that form stanzas. Each stanza is usually about the same idea or topic. As close readers of poems, we have lots of jobs to do. Today's job will be identifying the theme of a poem. To do this, we are going to build on our inferencing skills that we had previously practiced. Before we identify the theme, let's talk about what theme means in text. Give me a thumbs up if you know what theme is, or a thumbs down if you're not sure. So I see some thumbs up, I see some thumbs down. Let's just review it together so we're all on the same page. I like to think about theme as the message or lesson from a text that we can apply to our own lives. Being able to determine a text theme is another skill that we develop as text detectives. To help us remember what theme is, let's write that term down in its definition on our paper. You go ahead and write on your paper. I'll write it up here for you to see. So theme . Okay, our theme is the message or lesson that we can apply in our lives. So why take notes during a lesson? Taking notes during a lesson helps us focus on the most important information we are learning and allows us to easily go back and review it. When we're done with our lesson today, I'm going to add this page of notes to my notes on inferencing so that I can keep the most important information I'm learning on these two topics together. So let's start today by reading the entire poem together. Good readers often read text multiple times to better understand the words in the text and their meaning. A Dreamer's Dream by Bria Wright. Hey, that's me! A dream is a wish. A hope we wish can come to fruition. A dream is our wildest imagination at work. Our wildest thoughts and ideas coming true. A dream is a wish for which we hope comes true. A dreamer can dream beyond their wildest dream. A dream can dream of a world free of hate. A dreamer can imagine that there are pure hearts among their community. Hearts ready to do twice as much listening as they do speaking. A dreamer can dream that our differences do not polarize us, rather they unite us. A dreamer can dream beyond their wildest dream. Great reading, text detectives. Now, it's time to focus on our learning goals for today. Here we go. Today, we're going to read each stanza of this poem together and identify what the theme or message is that the author wants us to learn from this poem that we can apply to our own lives. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and pause and I want to erase my board. As I'm erasing my board, go ahead and get yourselves ready to talk about stanza 1. As we read stanza 1 from A Dreamer's Dream, let's use our close reading skills to think about the underlying message that the author is trying to get across. Remember to read with me. Here we go. A dream is a wish, a hope we wish can come to fruition. A dream is our wildest imagination at work, our wildest thoughts and ideas coming true. A dream is a wish for which we hope comes true. What is this stanza mostly about? Go ahead and whisper it to me when you have an idea. Okay, very interesting. When I read this stanza, I notice that the author is focusing a lot on talking about what a dream is. What else do you notice about stanza 1? Okay, so those are some good notices. I also notice that since the poem repeats what a dream is, this must be important. If the author keeps saying it over and over again, they must want this to be really important for the reader. So remember, when we are determining the theme, we are looking for the message or lesson from a text that we can apply in our own lives. What is the heart of this stanza? What might the author be trying to tell us about dreams? Remember to share textual evidence to support your answer. So as I'm listening, I'm hearing multiple possibilities that are all well supported by textual evidence. Here are my thoughts on the stanza 1's theme. I believe that the theme of this stanza is dreams are a way for us to be creative. I think this because the author makes connections between about a dream being a wish and how our imaginations are at work. The author must really think it is important to imagine and be creative in our dreaming. So when determining the theme, I read the stanza and asked myself, what is the message or lesson from this text that I can apply in my own life? That question really helped me identify the theme. So I'm going to write it down in my notes below my definition of theme to help me remember to ask it every time I'm trying to figure out the theme of a text. Here we go. Write it down with me. Here's our question. What is the message or lesson from the text I can apply in my life? Remember, friends, when we are trying to figure out what is the theme of a text, this is a question we need to put in our brains to ask, okay? Now, let's use our close reading skills again to help us identify the theme of the second stanza. As we're reading, let's ask, what is the message or lesson from this text that we can apply in our own lives? Here we go. Let's read stanza 2. Make sure you read with me. A dreamer can dream beyond their wildest dream. A dreamer can dream of a world free of hate. A dreamer can imagine that there are pure hearts among their community. Hearts that are ready to do twice as much listening as they do speaking. A dreamer can dream that our differences do not polarize us, rather they unite us. A dreamer can dream beyond their wildest dream. So what is this stanza mostly about? Let's take a quick pause for a second and let's think about it. What is this stanza about? Okay, go ahead and whisper to me what you think this stanza is about. I'm listening. Right, I see that stanza 2 is all about what a dreamer is. The author discusses what a dreamer is and what a dreamer can do with their dreams. So now it is your turn to determine what the theme is of this stanza. You may need to reread stanza 2 and ask yourself, what is the message or lesson from the text that I can apply in my own life? The answer to this question will be our stanza's theme. So I'm going to reread the stanza and ask myself this question too. Have an idea of what the theme is? Go ahead and write it down in your notes, then share it with a trusted adult. Remember to provide textual evidence to support your decision. While you're thinking, I'm going to go ahead and pause and erase our board so we can write our theme for stanza 2. Now that you've determined the theme, let's talk about what it could be. Remember, the theme of a text is the underlying message. In stanza 2, the author repeats a dreamer. They talk about what a dreamer is over and over. The author seems to connect how dreamers can dream of a better world. It seems like the underlying message to me is that when someone pursues or goes after their dreams, then wonderful things can happen. If the theme you identified is similar to when someone pursues their dreams, then wonderful things can happen, and you found textual evidence to support this, then you are right on track. If the theme you identified is different from this, then it's not necessarily wrong, you just have to be sure that you have strong textual evidence to support your thinking. Let's go ahead and pause right here, and we're going to write what our theme is for stanza 2. Stanza 2, theme. When someone goes after their dream, great things can happen. Wow, great work today, text detectives. We're well on our way to building skills that we can use while reading to better understand text. Before we go, let's review what we've learned today. Today, we've learned that theme is the message or lesson from a text that we can apply in our own lives. To identify a text theme, we need to read the text closely and ask ourselves the question, what is the message or lesson from a text that I can apply in my own life? As you read, watch, and listen to different types of text today, try to determine each text theme. Thank you, friends, so much for tuning into today's lesson. I look forward to learning with you again soon. Bye!